Welcome back, everybody. Today's video is going to be a relatively quick one. I'm going to review the Animal Kingdom deck by Theory 11. This was a request that I got from Steven Signs, who won my last giveaway. Also, I got a couple requests from a couple other people asking me to review that deck. It's been on my list, I just haven't quite got around to it. I've been working on some other stuff. Anyway, guys, do have a couple more videos coming this weekend. It's gonna be kind of a vlogging frenzy. A lot of you have seen Jake on my YouTube channel before. He's somebody that I have with me a lot of the times. He is actually moving to Denver, so I will be vlogging some of that stuff. It may be our last run to shoot a film together, so look forward to that. I don't know what's gonna happen yet, but there will be a lot of vlogging and potentially some collaboration going on, so that'll be exciting too. Without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the Animal Kingdom deck by Theory 11.
Let's go.
All right, so it is a super nice day out here today, so I figured we could film the video out here. Usually in Arizona it gets so hot this time of year that you can't be outside for more than a couple of minutes, but today it's nice. There's some good shade. It looks like maybe it's gonna rain, so hopefully. All right, so the Animal Kingdom playing cards by Theory 11. Cards were printed by USPCC on their crushed stock. So they feel basically just like any other Theory 11 deck, but these were printed as a charity for the Animal Kingdom to preserve wildlife. I believe, yep, right here. $1 per deck benefits the World Wildlife Fund. So that's pretty cool. I bought a couple of these. You know, got to support the wildlife. So the front of the tuck case is this matte orange. Looks really good. And then I don't know if you can see, but it is in brown. It says Animal Kingdom. It's got the world, some of the elements in here, I think. Just this nice, like, hand-drawn looking design on the front. The back design is the back design of the cards. It did have a custom seal. You can see the top of it. It's basically just a blue seal with a brown ace on it. Side of the deck says $1 per deck benefits the World Wildlife Fund. Other side says Animal Kingdom made in the USA. And the bottom has some ad copy. The inside of the tongue flap says Hatch Design, San Francisco, California, San Francisco. Inside of the tuck case has this nice brown pattern in here. It looks nice. Looks pretty nice. This is the back design. You can see the back design has kind of like this hand-drawn border on it, so it's not perfectly straight lines or not perfect edges, nothing like that. And the color even is a little bit spotty, like that orange. So that part actually looks really cool. This is a one-way back design. You can tell because of these pips in the corners. So it's clubs and spades if I go this way, but then if I turn it this way, it's hearts and diamonds. So it is a one-way back design, but it's a very subtle one-way back design, and that's the thing. All right, now the faces are going to be completely custom as well. The black pips have been replaced for brown, this nice dark brown color. Custom fonts and custom pips. So you can see that everything on this deck looks like it was hand-drawn, which is a really, really nice touch, I think. All of your court cards are also going to be completely custom. You have, like, for example, the Jack of Spades is a penguin. Really nice color going on here. I like it a lot. The King of Clubs is a crocodile or alligator. Your cards that would have been red are now orange. So the indice is going to be brown, but then instead of having red diamonds, you have these orange diamonds, and the same thing for the hearts. Your Ace of Spades is going to look like so. Your jokers are going to look almost identical, just slight coloration differences here. You'll notice there's some purple and orange here and then blue and green here, but almost identical, which is really cool. All right, now as far as handling, I've had this deck for a year opened, so I still have an unopened one, but this one I've had open for a year. I hardly ever use it, so as far as giving you an update on how it holds up, I can't really say. I would say I've probably used these cards for the equivalent of like 8 hours over the last year, so barely at all, if at all. They look good in the spring for sure because that orange really pops. Hopefully you can see that. They do sound good when they dribble because they're crushed. Listen to that. It sounds really good. I fan okay for a deck that I've had for so long. Okay, now would I use these cards for Magic? I mean, you know me by now, probably not. These are not cards that I would perform with. They are easy enough to read and make out, but like the royalty, for example, is going to be really distracting. If you hand this card to a spectator, they pick this card, it's going to be really distracting. They might even forget what card it is just because they're looking at a polar bear, you know? This deck costs, I believe, like $10, something like that. It's worth, it's definitely worth owning. I say this about a lot of the decks I review. I might not use it very much, or I might not use it for Magic, but it is good to have, especially you're supporting a good cause. Theory 11's known for doing that, so I buy all of their charity decks. If you guys want to support the Federal Wildlife Fund, please go pick up a deck of Animal Kingdom playing cards by Theory 11. Well, guys, that was my review of the Animal Kingdom playing cards by Theory 11. If you're interested in picking up this deck for yourself, head over to Theory11.com. If they're not available there, you can find them at any Magic or playing card retailer online. Also, did want to give you guys an update on something very important to me. So, a lot of you have been asking me about the Chalkbox deck and what's going on with that. I'm really excited to let you know that we are working on a new Chalkbox deck. It is happening. We are going to relaunch. It's very exciting. We're already working on the designs, the Ace of Spades, the Jokers, the royalty, everything. I'm really hoping to get this deck funded because this is the one. This is definitely the deck that my heart and soul has gone into. I wanted to make a deck that I could use to perform with as a magician, but also I wanted to make a deck that caters to the card flourishing or cardistry crowd. I just wanted the all-around right deck for everybody. And I am going to be relaunching the Chalkbox campaign back on GoFundMe, so I will give you guys more updates on that. Essentially, think of it this way: if I get $10 from each of you, it'll be almost all the way funded enough, at least, to print up some prototypes for Kickstarter. More on that as it develops, but for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys in the next one.